Hey guys! I hope you're doing really good. Today I wanted to share with you my favorites from 2016. I was originally going to film this, and then because it took me so long to do it, I was like, maybe I'm not going to film this. But I've seen so many people recently still putting up their 2016 favorites, so I was like, you know what? Maybe it's better late than never on this. So I rounded up a bunch of my favorite things. This is not, everything that I love. But when I started listing things off like favorite nail polish, favorite this, favorite that, it got really overwhelming. So I decided I was going to stick with the things that I loved all year, and that's what I'm here with. So I'm going to get started with some of the fun stuff, and then I'm going to segue into some practical stuff and then into fashion. But I wanted to get the makeup out of the way because I know a lot of people watch these videos just for the makeup. So I'm going to give the people what they want, I guess. And then if you want to leave, you can go if you're not interested in the other stuff. So let's get started. Okay, so makeup's going in no particular order. This is literally just a roundup of things that I enjoyed, and they're right on my lap, so let's hope I don't drop everything. The first, you can see it's well loved. It's completely rubbed off the name of what it is, but it's the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof liquid eyeliner. So it is like a felt pen style eyeliner, and I just love this because you can get really close into your eyelash line and do a wing or something really nice and thin, and you can do both with one product, which is what I like. I like a product that I can do multiple things with because I find in the long run it helps me save money. Next item is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight 01. And I love this, and I'm gonna have to sort of apologize. All of my makeup favorites are not affordable. Like, I wouldn't say any of these are affordable. But like I said, this is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight in 01. And it is exactly what it says it is. It is a powder highlight, and it's like a baked powder. And I don't know if you can see, but I literally have used so much of it that there's a big like dent in the dome of the highlight. But I just love this. It's a nice natural highlight. It's nothing too crazy. It's perfect for work or going out to dinner. You know, you're not going to look like you're done up to the point where you should be going out to the bars wearing this. So I really like this. And it is the Highlight 01. There's a couple of different shades. Next, I guess I'll just keep it on the highlighter train. My other favorite highlighter for this year was the Mary Luminizer. And this is a highlighter by The Balm. If you are in Canada, you can get it at Rexall. I know it's pretty readily available in the States, and is pretty much comparable to like a drugstore item, but here you kind of have to search around for it a little bit more. But I love this. And it's a little bit more golden than the Laura Mercier, which is nice. If you're going for more of a bronzy look than like a champagne, this one's what you're going to want to look for. Yes, I will dive into the ridiculously expensive before I swing back to the only moderately expensive, but my can't live without foundation for this past year has been the YSL Le Teint Touche Éclat. And I wear this in B10, which is just like a really light shade. And they've redone the packaging and kind of renamed this since I bought this, so it may not still be called the same thing. But basically, this is a super hydrating, super dewy foundation. And to be completely honest, I don't wear it on its own. I mix this with something like Estee Lauder Double Wear or Smashbox, what is that called? Studio Skin. I love it with that. But I use this to bring down how dark a lot of my other foundations are because I am so pale. It's hard to find one that matches me all the time. And this adds in the radiance, some moisture, and makes it lighter for me. So this has just been what I've been keeping nearby all year to mix in with other things, and it just like fixes whatever foundation problem I'm having. So I love this, even though it's ridiculously expensive. One that I love, and it's still in the packaging because my mom actually gave me a backup of this for my birthday, and I'm just now gonna have to get into it, but it's the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, and I love this stuff. This isn't what I would wear if you're getting flash photography taken, because it is, you know, it's not sparkly, but a lot of things that will give you a glow will kind of kick back light. But it just comes in a little pump like this, and I put it on my skin. It keeps everything nice and hydrated, and it gives like a light glow. Not like J-Lo glow, but a light glow through your foundation. And I really love this. If I'm wearing a foundation that's not as drawing, I can get away with just wearing this and that foundation. So this is really good. Both of my lipsticks for the past year that I have loved are by Bite Beauty, but they're two different formulas. So the first is the Bite Beauty Luminous Cream Lipstick in Fig. I'm wearing this with another color today, and it is just the prettiest, rich pink color. It's not bubblegum pink, but it's still bright. It's just a little bit darker than that, and I love it. It has a slightly berry undertone, makes your teeth look white. I love that. So this is really good, and I reach for it all the time. It's also moisturizing, which I really love because my lips are dry too. So this is a good, like, throw in the purse, never worry about how it's gonna look kind of lipstick. My next Bite Beauty lipstick is one that I have actually talked about in another favorites video, and it's Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Glace. And it is sort of like the roll-up crayon style one. I've showed it before, but you just roll up the product and then apply it on your lips. This is an awesome matte lipstick in that it doesn't dry out your lips like a lot of things that are matte will just like suck all the moisture out of you. This doesn't do that, and it's the perfect dark mauvey color that you can wear to work or anywhere. You know, a lot of colors that you find, like even this one at my old job, I wouldn't have worn it to work. It was just a little too in your face. But this is perfect no matter where you're wearing it, and it doesn't matter what kind of eye makeup look you're wearing, this will always look good. Okay, last makeup item, and then if you're not interested in the makeup, it's over for you, and if you are interested in the makeup, you can just like scoot it after this. But this is my favorite blush. I've had it for a couple of years. It's the Benefit Rockateur. And I bought this right after it came out because I loved the shade. And it's like this perfect, like dusty, darker, mauvey pink. As you can see, I've completely worn off the logo. I have a dent in it because I wear this every day. And it's still like, I have a lot of product, and that's one thing that I will say about the Benefit blushes, that even though they're not a drugstore price level, they do last a long time, and I don't feel like they're like not much blush. Like you look at some blushes like the Chanel blushes, and yeah, okay, they're beautiful shades, but they're like that big, the size of a MAC eyeshadow practically, and you're spending so much more money than this. So I feel like that helps keep this a bit more in the value category. So this is the Benefit Rockateur blush. I wear it pretty much every day when I'm wearing makeup, and it's just a really beautiful shade. Okay, let's talk about some practical stuff. So I'm going to start with something that I have right here, and it is actually my coffee press. Hopefully you can see it. It's right here. This is what it looks like. I was trying not to hold it over my carpet because that's a bit of a dodgy game. But this is how I make my coffee every day, is in a coffee press. This one is by Lagostina. It's actually new. I broke my old coffee press, and my parents were nice enough to get me a new one because I was very sad about not having one anymore. Which, even though I do have a small coffee maker, I feel like I get a lot more waste that way, and it just seems ridiculous to make that much coffee, waste half of it, and then, you know, start all over the next day. Whereas with something like this, I can make myself a cup and a half, drink it up. I use really big mugs like this, and there's no waste, and I just wash it up by hand every day, and it's perfect for me. And you don't have to pay for coffee filters, which, why would you do that if you don't have to? Okay. Next, this is going to be a weird practical thing, but my mom got me hooked on this stuff. It's J.R. Watkins Menthol Camphor Relief Mist, and it's literally like a spray bottle. It smells so good. It smells like Vicks, but in a spray form, and I love minty, mentholy smelling things. And this is actually 99% natural, so you can feel good about it. If you're like me and you have allergies, this is great. If you're sick ever, this is great. If you just like the smell of menthol, this is great. But for me, I just really love this because you can spray it in the room, you can spray it on yourself, just keep it away from your eyes. And yeah, it contains eucalyptus and menthol, that's it. And it really will help clear your sinuses if you're super stuffed up, and I just love the smell of it. So that is that. It's J.R. Watkins Menthol Camphor Relief Mist, and you can usually find it in Shoppers Drug Mart, but I believe that there are still like Watkins brand advisors that you can purchase through too. Okay, and next I'm going to talk about something that's going to seem really weird, but this year one of my favorite food items, other than eggs, we can add that to the list, I love eggs, have actually been lentils. And I buy them in the bag and then put them into these 1 liter? I think those are 1 liter. Yeah. Like mason jars. And that way I can see what color it is. I like red lentils and green lentils best. I find that they cook faster than brown lentils. But either way, these are awesome. They're protein rich, super cheap, and you can cook them up pretty fast. A lot of people think that lentils take a long time to cook or are hard to cook. You can cook them in your slow cooker or you can cook them in a pot. I usually just cook mine in a pot, but these are great. You can cook them up and then make like a mushroom ragu, or cook them and then mix them in with a vegetable curry, whatever you like. These are super good for it. You can also mash them and make patties out of them, which is super good dipped in tzatziki, whatever. But these are super cheap, like so cheap, and I eat them all the time. You can cook them and freeze them, which is awesome too. Last super practical thing, and then we can move back into fun things, okay? I actually have a bunch of I think that's what this is like earthenware Le Creuset, in different shapes and sizes, and they're not all Le Creuset. Like my Dutch oven is KitchenAid, my lasagna pan is by Ricardo, and then I have this small casserole dish and 4 tiny casserole dishes that are freezer safe that I got from my sister. They're all in the freezer right now with baked pasta in them, but I love these for roasting vegetables in, making pasta in, doing all kinds of things like that. I've even made French fries in these, just baked fries. And they're super easy to clean up because the insides are glazed. I've never had anything like stick in, have to scrub a ton. And these are awesome. And this is why I made my French fries in one once, was to just see how they turned out. The nice thing about them is they don't like bend and pop in the oven like a sheet pan will. So where I've once before accidentally thrown a little French fry that I'd chopped up into the bottom of my oven, you don't have that with this because they're really, really solid. So I love these. The only downside for people that don't love doing dishes is you really should wash these by hand. They do say that you can put them in the dishwasher, but I find that mine still look brand new and I don't put them in the dishwasher. So personally, I'd recommend it against it, but you do you. Okay, back into the fun stuff. And I'm going to start with what a lot of people wouldn't find to be a fun thing, but for me, I really feel like a good suit is the basis of a professional wardrobe if you're in a more business professional atmosphere, or even if you're starting in a business professional atmosphere and then going to a business casual atmosphere like I did. You then have like a pretty good basis for a really good wardrobe. So this is my favorite suit of 2016, and I actually bought it I think in late 2015, but I wore it so much during 2016, and it is a pink, like baby pink Le Chateau suit, and they put it out in 2015 and then brought it back in 2016. Now I remember because I saw it again and it was just as beautiful. But it is this really nicely seamed blazer with a 3/4 length sleeve, a skirt that lies above the knee, which is really good if you're a short girl like me. And then I used to just love wearing it with a camisole so I wasn't getting too hot in the summer or in a meeting room, and some nice silver jewelry. And then I would wear this with nude pumps and, you know, just some nylons or bare-legged depending on what was going on that day. So this is really beautiful. While I don't have to wear suits anymore, and I feel like almost in a way I'm relearning how to dress myself, this is a good basis for any important meeting that anyone has to go to. And I really like to bend the norm sometimes. I feel like a lot of women in business try to hide that they're a woman in business, and I like to walk in there and wear baby pink because why not? And I'm going to link similar pieces. A lot of my favorites were from years past, so I like to purchase things and then reuse them and rework them. So I'm going to link similar things on my blog post. My next two, oh that's four, my next two items are actually things that I mixed and matched with that suit. So this is why I say that shopping for a good quality suit is actually a really good idea, because then you can buy things in a similar color scheme or a similar style that go really well with it to sort of stretch your professional wardrobe a bit further. So these are from two different brands. This one is actually from a Canadian company called Jacob. They kind of went out of business for a while and now they're just doing sales. So if you were a lover of Jacob and you thought that they were gone, they're not really. They have a limited range of things but still really beautiful work staples online. And this is just a crochet overlay skirt. So it's a white base and then a black crochet over top, and it looks really nice with a white top tucked in, whether it's a button up if you don't need to wear a jacket, or a camisole and a blazer like that pink one that I just showed. This is a great option because it's stretchy. This one actually doesn't even have a zipper in it, so it's super comfortable if you have a long day at work but still need to look nice. And then this next one is from a company called RW & Co. and it is super patterned. It's like a dark navy with an eggplanty purple that sort of fades into a burgundy with some light pink in it. And this looks so good with that blazer that I was showing you, and everyone just seems to love it. And being that I'm not plus sized or anything like that, but I'm, you know, I'm curvier, I've got a booty, and I really like to draw attention downward and up and down, if that makes sense. So the lines here really nicely do that. It makes you look taller in my opinion, but this was just a beautiful skirt that I loved to wear to work when I was wearing suits to work. And for buying one suit and two skirts, I've got a bunch of outfits. So this was a really good sort of set that I had last year that I just wore a ton. Next is something that I'm not going to talk about too much because I've talked about it in a previous favorites video from I think June, but it is also from the brand Le Chateau, and it is just this super plain tank dress, and it's fully lined, it's made in Canada, it's zipper back, double scoop, but this is a great dress to wear out after work if you're meeting up with a friend or for a date. It's a great dress to wear under a suit jacket to look really nice and polished. You could wear this out to an event with some really nice jewelry and you would look great. But I love this dress. Le Chateau does little black dress super well, and they do a great job of keeping it affordable. This was under $150 and I've worn it dozens of times. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some sort of fun fashion casual stuff. And the first thing I wanted to talk about, I got later in the year. Both of these things actually I got later in the year. But these are jeggings. I know a lot of people hate that word, but they're jean leggings from Old Navy. They're the Old Navy Rockstar Mid-Rise Jegging, and they're in a super dark wash. They have a nice pocket, and what I love about these jeans is, for me being shorter, a mid-rise is actually pretty much a high-rise, and they sort of just like suck everything in, make your shirt glide over top, and they're a nice like skinny leg, so you can tuck them into boots, and they're just really versatile, and it's Old Navy, so it's not expensive, and they're really like readily available. If a friend is asking you, "Ooh, where'd you get those jeans?" They're not $300 jeans that you can only order online. These are like $40 jeans that you can drive down the road and pick up. So these are really great. I love them. They are the Old Navy Rockstar jeans. Okay, last clothing item, and then I have 2 quick jewelry items, and we are done for 2016 favorites. But this is something that my sister actually gave to me. She won a free sweater in a contest from a local business, and I'll link them down below. They're called Cloud9 Pajamas. But this is a sweater from the brand Barefoot Dreams, and it's a bamboo sweater. And it's one of those waterfall, it's really kind of hard to see. It's one of those waterfall sweaters, and I love that it's in a marled gray. And I also wish that you could feel it because it is so soft. A lot of sweaters with the eczema that I get on my arms can really irritate it, but this does the exact opposite. It's like putting like a calming sleeve on, and feels good all day. It looks super cute with leggings or jeans or a skirt. You know, it's just super cute and very soft. These are not cheap sweaters, so I was really shocked when my sister said that she wanted to give me this one that she had won. But I guess she says that she didn't really need 3 of them or whatever that it was, but still a super nice gift, and I love this sweater. Okay, last 2 items, and they're both from Stella & Dot. In the past few years, Stella & Dot has been those jewelry items that I put on my Christmas and birthday list because they have such pretty stuff, but most of it's outside of the range that I'm willing to just sort of shell out on a casual Tuesday. So I put them on my Christmas and birthday list, and I've been lucky enough to get some of them as gifts. This was actually from my sister for my birthday, and this is the Rose Gold Rebel pendant, and I love this. It's the perfect weight to just hang really straight, and it looks just as good with work clothes as it does with, you know, casual wear, and that's what I love about a lot of their pieces. They're not outright casual, and they're not outright dressy normally either, so I love this. And then it's actually one of the matching pieces to one that my mom got me a couple of years ago, but I believe it is still available. I will double check. This is the Rebel bracelet. It's got like little spikes and balls with pave crystals all over it. I just feel like it's the perfect like little tough accent to add to any outfit. Okay guys, that is the end of my 2016 favorites. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you're having an awesome start to 2017. I know a lot of people felt like 2016 was awful, and I feel really bad for people that are feeling like that right now. I know it's hard to feel like a whole year was just a wash, but sometimes it goes like that, and every day is a fresh new start, but I feel like a lot of people feel that way, especially at the beginning of the year. So I hope you are doing all the things that you need to do to start living out your dreams in 2017, or at least living a little bit better. I would love to hear what you've been loving so far this year, so if you want to leave it in the comments down below, I would be so happy to read them. I also really love the recommendations. If there's something super cheap that you've been loving, or if you have an awesome lentil or egg recipe, let me know because I'd love to try them. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope that you are having an awesome day, and I'll see you soon.